Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if...
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Really?
Hey, Daddy, put hands on you, give you real black eyes. Come on, don't do that. And that's the truth. I've had about a...
You really got to be out of pocket to make Ice Cube, yes, that Ice Cube, the man who wrote No Vaseline, pause his billionaire grind just to roast you.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now? Or?
But that's exactly what happened when Aries Spears stepped way out of line on Big Boy's neighborhood. He didn't just throw shade. He went full scorched earth. He clowned Cube's rap skills, his acting, even tried to come for the man's legacy. And Ice Cube, he heard all of it. His clapback was straight up ice cold.
You don't think that...
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good...
He said Aries was irrelevant, not funny, and not even cracking the top 10 in black comedy. Damn. Then came 50 Cent. You already know 50 couldn't resist. If there's one thing he lives for, it's dragging somebody already circling the drain.
He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thing.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is racist.
Once he saw that clip, it was game on.
The greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that said, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics spitter.
And get this whole mess started off innocent. Big Boy was just having a barbershop style chat, ranking rappers, tossing names around, until Aries did what Aries always does. Crashed the car on purpose. As soon as Cube's name dropped, Aries lit the match and threw it into the gas tank.
And said,
watch the comments. Now when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list. Right. I don't ever put Pac up there with
He didn't stop at dissing Ice Cube's name. Nah, he went straight for Today Was a Good Day, a straight up West Coast anthem. Disrespecting that song, that's like tearing up the hip hop Bible out loud. Big Boy's co-hosts were squirming in their seats, trying to move on, laugh it off, but Aries, he doubled down. Then he did this weird impersonation of Cube as a gynecologist, and bruh, it was so awkward the whole room went silent. You could feel the secondhand embarrassment through the screen. Aries thought he was being funny, but nobody was laughing. Then, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, he took a jab at Tupac. Tupac? Who does that and expects to walk away clean? At this point, it wasn't just Cube he disrespected, it was the entire West Coast. That's the kind of stuff that'll get you locked out of the industry fast.
I saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he...
And the wildest part? Aries knew he was crossing the line. He just didn't care. The backlash came quick. One fan said, I love Aries' skills, but bro, Ice Cube slander, that's a no-go. Another chimed in, this why Aries ain't credible. To say Pac or Cube ain't lyrical, please.
What he said?
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. And I'm like, wow, like what?
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. Everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. He entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean? In the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register with us.
Sounds like New York bitter because the West took the crown in the late 80s and 90s. But Aries wasn't ready for what came next, because this time, the legends clapped back. And in an industry that usually just ignores dudes like him, that speaks volumes. But this time, Ice Cube wasn't letting it slide. He clapped back like a straight-up legend. questioned Aries' whole career. Is he even funny? Relevant? Real in the black comedy scene? That hit like a punch to the ego.
You had some words about Ice Cube recently.
You know, Willie D called me.
Okay.
I was in Louisville, Kentucky. And this, I love Willie D, that's my man. But this called me like I disrespected his mama. He was like, Aries, man, you don't understand what Ice Cube done did for the culture, man, and hip hop. Why you say? And I go, Willie, it's a subjective opinion. I'm allowed to not like Ice Cube. I know, man.
Cube didn't just defend himself, he demolished Aries Spears' resume. No mercy. And trust? Cube ain't new to this, he's true to this. This is the same man who wrote for NWA, cooked up one of the hardest diss tracks ever made, gave us Friday, and built the Big 3 League from scratch. Cube's not just a rapper, he's a mogul with receipts in every lane. But Aries, he ain't know when to shut up. After fans flamed him and the legends clowned him, he still pulled up on Vlad TV and doubled down.
Done?
Nothing. Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor.
Okay.
Nothing.
Let's start with the rap. The Police. You don't think that's a classic song?
It's classic because of what it represents in terms of black struggle symbolism and what black people have gone through with the police historically. It's the song that makes you go, yeah! Yeah, I get how it can touch your emotions, but it don't do nothing for me.
Like mocking Cube once wasn't messy enough, he ran it back like it was open mic night at a local dive bar. And here's where things took a wild turn.
What do you think about 50 Cent's acting ability overall?
Cause now this wasn't just about Cube anymore. Somewhere in a fancy hotel suite, 50 Cent was scrolling through his phone, watching everything go down, and just like that, boom, 50 jumped in.
Man, I gotta listen to this. Nah, this hot right.
At first, it looked subtle. 50 dropped this low-key shady video. No names, just vibes. But fans instantly caught the message. It was that classic 50 Cent energy.
Ice Cube was on when I'm just watching. Music, all of it.
Movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his. You know, like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's film.
You're delusional, but I'll let you figure it out. Now let's be real, 50 ain't got time for clowns. He's busy running shows like Power, BMF, selling out concerts, flipping liquor brands, locking down TV deals. So why this moment? Why did this clownery hit his radar? Because folks forget, 50 and Ice Cube got history. Cube gave 50 props way before Hollywood ever took him seriously. And 50, he's always shown Cube love, always gave him his flowers publicly. So when Aries started wildin', that was personal. See, Aries is the exact kind of comic 50 loves to roast. Loud, bitter, and stuck in the past with nothing new on the table. So when 50 jumped in, he aimed to finish it. He even dropped lines like, check my temperature, I'm ice cold. The hood left the left side of my chest froze. Need help with your bills? I'll write you a referral. Might even get you a love contract. Woo! Straight disrespect. Aries felt the burn bad. So what did he do? He snapped.
The poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that.
Went on this emotional rant, crying about what Cube said, playing the victim card like it came with a discount. But let's be honest, he brought all that heat on himself.
Somebody sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude. Then he finishes by saying, well, he's just not funny. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways.
And then it just got worse for Aries Spears. because in the middle of all that chaos, he tripped over his own words. He said he respects Ice Cube as a man, but also claimed Cube's never done anything impressive. Wait, what? You can't praise someone in one breath and drag their whole legacy in the next. That's not keeping it real. That's straight contradiction.
For the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off.
And the internet caught it fast. The dragging was immediate.
Said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny. People call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something as though I don't have love for anything.
People weren't even mad at his take. They were mad he couldn't stand on it. One person said, "You can't throw shots and then cry when folks fire back." Another fan wrote, "You got your opinion? Cool. But after that skit, you lost all credibility. Ice Cube's a made man, you not." But then, the internet brought out the real receipts. That old lawsuit, the one with Tiffany Haddish.
Sweetheart, did you call me?
Oh, yes, Uncle Pete. Can you watch TJ for me? I need to run to the, I gotta run some errands. I need to go to cleaners, and I should be coming back. Okay?
All right, baby.
Thank you.
The vibes shifted quick. Back in 2022, Aries Spears and Tiffany were hit with a disturbing lawsuit involving allegations of grooming and child exploitation. The sketch was supposed to be comedy, but the footage was creepy, off-putting, and downright inappropriate. Aries played a pervy character, and the camera lingered in ways that made everyone uncomfortable. And when that footage hit social media, Twitter exploded! Even the Shade Room posted it, and the comments were brutal. And while the case was eventually settled and the video wiped from the internet, that stain never really left Aries' name. And what did he do after all that heat? Ran straight back to Vlad TV like it was a safe house, ranting about being blackballed, whining about how he should be on Kevin Hart's level. Fans caught on real quick. Aries wasn't building. He was complaining, always talking, barely working. His name only popped up in scandals, drama, or bitter rants.
Are you and Tiffany still good?
Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't hold anything against you in terms of...
I mean, you know,
She participated in the whole thing, so it's not like she could, but I'm just saying...
Where were the new stand-up specials? Where were the fresh roles? They weren't happening. Instead, he was going viral for the wrong reasons.
Man, we good. We good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there going to be a point where you could talk about this?
You know, I told you, when that point comes,
You clowning legends, recycling trauma, and hoping somebody out there still cared. And that's not even the full story. Word around the industry is, Aries Spears been tough to work with. Former castmates say he always had ego problems, always tried to one-up folks, and couldn't just play his role. Yeah, he's talented. Yeah, he can do a few voices. But that breakout, Chappelle-level moment never came, and you can tell it eats at him. Now flip the script. Why didn't this beef ever work in Aries' favor? Simple. You don't come for a cultural pillar like Ice Cube and walk away clean. Let's break it down. No Vaseline is ranked top 3 of all time in diss tracks.
You'll never be satisfied. Why? Because some other motherfucker will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And then some other motherfucker will come around and have as talented as you or possibly more, and then you're gonna get upset because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold up.
Everything you want,
Wait a minute.
but not what's in your present space.
Friday didn't just launch a franchise, it became a cornerstone of black comedy and hip-hop culture. And Big 3, that's a whole basketball league built from scratch, now backed by real NBA icons and investors. Before all that, Cube was ghostwriting for NWA. While still a teenager, Eazy-E, Dre, Ren, he wrote hits that shaped a generation. And Aries, his biggest cultural moment, a few decent Mad TV skits and some okay stand-up, that's it. So when he went after Cube, fans didn't hesitate. They sided with the legend. And here's the coldest part. Not long after, Ice Cube dropped a teaser cast list for the long-awaited Final Friday movie. And guess who wasn't on it? Aries Spears. Now sure, no one said Aries was ever in the running, but the timing? It screamed message received. Cube didn't even need to name him, just left him off the list, and the internet knew what was up. No matter how many voices Aries can mimic, he's never getting cast where it counts. So yeah, Aries Spears went viral, but not for the jokes. He's trending because two legends called him a nobody, and nobody disagreed. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.